Hello, and today I'm going to have a quick look at a Reaper Dark Haven, and she's one of their metal miniatures rather than their bones, and I really like their metal. So the bones are really good if you're doing D&D. They're really sturdy. The detail is getting better each new sort of version of them. The detail's getting better and not as soft, but there is still some that are really soft on the detail. And if you're really looking for a great finish, the bones, they're not always the best for that. It's nice that they have the metal line, because the metal line has really good detail. They've made a lot of the metal ones into bones, and you get them and they're often less detail. Like they've actually redesigned elements of the figure when they come out as a bones one to be simpler. So if you can afford it, and really the metals are not that expensive, then I really suggest going for the metals. You know, they're just so much better. But if you're a DM and you need loads and loads of something like skeletons or kobolds or whatever, then yeah, absolutely the bones are great. So this is one of their metal line, and she was great fun to paint. She's probably the most fun I've had painting a figure in a fair while. She is painted for a friend. So he's in a bit of a, I think, a swashbuckling phase. He's got a couple of figures that were swashbucklers. And yeah, I was just all over this. He wanted blues was the main colour scheme. So I went grey with the pants, black boots, silver buttons. This is a really nice figure for things like the buttons on the side of the boots. Went with black gloves, the blue coat and corset. And it had enough nice detail in other areas that you could do like there's lacing on the back, which is nice. And you've got the various buckles on the front. Her hair I went with a dark black, a couple of different washes, and she had some metal on it, but not a great deal. There's some on her shoulder, and she's wearing something in her hair, some sort of, you know, it's not a helm or anything like that, but it's a very nice and it's quite large piece that's in her hair. So I did that gold as well, and mixed the sword hilt mixture. I kept some of the blue and then added some gold. She comes on a standing base, and it's very linear. It's basically a little wider than her feet, and she's quite easy to tip over. So I added her to a new base, used the technical mud from Citadel, which I'm a big fan of. I like their technical paints a lot, and put her on a new base. So yeah, she's great fun. And I needed a complementary colour, and orange can be sort of opposite to blue, which is what you sort of want. So she went with a orange sash. But she really was great fun to paint, and totally worth the money. I think she's under $10 for the fig. And I like their metals. I'm actually a big fan of metals. I know a lot of companies have gone resin as the weapon of choice, so to speak, but I really do like metal. I love these ones. I love the Infinity line, which is metal. Although I've seen some of their newer ones meant to be resin. I'm not sure if that's great or not. Resin can be really brittle. That's the thing that I sort of worry about. It's good when it comes to shipping, because it's so light. When a company charges you a lot to ship a resin figure, there's a bit of a problem there. But they're so light. But the problem is if they fall over, they can sometimes shear really easy. Depends on the type of resin used. Whereas the metals can chip, but they don't often break. The bones are just amazing for their durability. So yeah, I'm a little bit skeptical of some of the resin stuff. If you're using resin and it's going on your display shelf or cabinet, absolutely, it's great, fantastic. Paint it up, finish it, put it away. But if you're playing with it, which is what a lot of Reaper is. I mean, Reaper, people can win awards with Reaper models. They have some really nice models. And some of them are really imaginative. Every now and again they come out with one that really blows me away for being clever and interesting. But really, when I think of Reaper, I think of it more from a gaming side of view. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't think, they shouldn't certainly be ashamed about anything like that. They fill a very cool niche, and the gaming community wouldn't be what it was without some of these Reaper bones and these Reaper metals. It doesn't matter as much if they're not quite up to the standard of some of the other figures, but then they're also a lot cheaper than a lot of the other figures. I'm a huge fan of Raging Heroes, but I think I paid close to $30 for my crazy sister up there. whereas these are under 10. So, you know, it's not so much you get what you pay for, it's just they're doing a different job, and they fill a different niche. But I'm really happy with how she turned out. It was so much fun. She was just so much fun, really. And at the end of the day, that's what you want from a figure. You want the hobby to be fun, and to find figures that you enjoy painting. This one certainly fit that bill. So I totally recommend, Reaper for most stuff. If you're a gamer especially, absolutely. I mean, there wouldn't be many that don't know about Reaper by now, but absolutely. There are so many figures. They've been around a long time. They have a big release schedule. A lot of stuff comes out. A lot of clever stuff. Absolutely awesome fun.